What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P Money. So we got some big boxing news. Unified champion Errol Spence Jr., the WBC IBF unified champ, is officially going to scrap with WBA champ Yordenis Ugas April 16th at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. And what should be a hell of a fight, you know what I'm saying? Ugas coming into this after a dominant performance against Manny Pacquiao, the legend, you know what I'm saying? Riding high. Probably his confidence is probably through the roof, you know what I'm saying? And that's what makes for excellent fights, you know what I'm saying? Because I know the type of fighter that Ugas is, and he's not going to be a guy that just goes in there to lay down, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to have to get put down. And in my opinion, I think Errol is going to come in here very crisp, you know what I'm saying, with his punches. He's going to be very powerful, you know what I'm saying? And he's going to get it done, you know what I'm saying? I think he's going to win via unanimous decision, but he's going to show that he's on a different level than Yordenis Ugas, you know what I'm saying? If you compare both their fights against Sean Porter, I felt Errol Spence, while he had issues with Sean Porter, I felt he won that very comfortably, 8-4. And Yordenis Ugas against Sean Porter, I felt Sean Porter, while that was very close, much closer than the Errol Spence fight, and it could have gone either way, I felt Sean Porter did enough to get the job done in that fight. And if you just compare those two, I just feel like Errol Spence he just gets it done in this fight, you know what I'm saying? I think he's the better fighter. They both got, you know, come forward styles kind of like that, but I just feel like Spence, if he wants to, he can switch it up a little bit, you know what I mean? But he's a guy that's about the fundamentals, you know what I'm saying? So against a guy like Yordenis Ugas and his skill set, it's gonna make for a good fight, man. It's gonna be action packed, you know what I'm saying? I don't think either's gonna want to back down, you know. And I just got Spence coming out on top, you know. It's possible that there could be a late stoppage, you know, but I don't see it like that, you know. I think Yordenis Ugas is a hell of a fighter, and he's not gonna back down like that, you know what I'm saying? He might get buzzed, he might even go down, you know, but I don't think it'll be a stoppage. If it is, it's gonna be late. But officially, I'm going Errol Spence Jr. unanimous decision, and a hell of a fight, probably the best fight at welterweight, unless we see Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford later on this year, which that's the goal, you know what I'm saying? Like, after this, Spence can't go after no one else except for Errol or for Terrence Crawford, you know? He's chasing them belts, and that's the only way that he can do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, going against someone else, you know what I'm saying? Unification trumps mandatories, so they say. So I don't want to see no mandatory. I want to see Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford after this. Like, no questions asked. You know what I'm saying? That's got to be the next fight for Errol Spence after he becomes victorious against Yordenis Ugas. But, like, before I get into that, you know what I'm saying, we got to definitely talk about this, because this is a huge fight as well. You know what I'm saying? It's a unification, you know? I wanted it to be where Terrence Crawford fought Ugas so they both come in, you know, with two straps, but it just didn't work out that way, unfortunately. So it is what it is. Errol Spence is gonna handle business, you know, with Yordenis Ugas, you know, get that belt off him so we can get that super fight in the welterweight division to see who the best fighter is. And to me, I feel that that's Errol Spence, and I've been feeling that way since Errol Spence, you know, became a champ. I just felt like he could unify the division, you know, and become undisputed. And his rival is Terrence Crawford, you know. So I definitely have to see that next. Like I keep saying, I can't stress it enough that there is no excuses after this fight to not be able to see Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? The only way is if one of them ends up losing, and I don't see that happening. So I'm not sure if Bud Crawford is going to want to get a fight in or not. I think he should. So he's as sharp as possible, so there would be no excuses. Hopefully they can fight, super late in this year, end of this year, like November or something like that. Maybe September. But Bud would have to get in again, like around May or so for that to happen. So I definitely want Bud to be fighting. I think him and Keith should be fighting next. I think that's the most logical fight for them. Get that shit cracking, and the winners both face each other, you know what I'm saying, for undisputed. I think that's the way it should be. Everyone else gotta wait in line, you know what I'm saying, until they figure out what's happening. But that's how I think it should go. But I don't really have too much else on this one. This is your boy P Money. Tell me what you guys think, and I'm off this.